The Wild Robot has been on my to-watch list, well, probably since it came out last year, and having resubscribed to Now TV recently, I decided to watch it, and I found this to be not great. There are some great aspects, some things that work really well, and I will praise those, of course, but I watched this without knowing what the rating was on IMDb, and I just thought this is really boring. It's really, really dull. And then I realised on IMDb it has an incredibly impressive 8.2 out of 10 across 200,000 reviews and ratings. That is absolutely incredible. So the reason I'm bringing this up is because I'm going to explain why I found it to be mostly really dull, but it seems to be very, very, very well received. So take everything I'm saying with a pinch of salt and check it out and come to your own conclusion if it seems like something you might enjoy. I think it would have been better as a short, maybe a 20-minute short. It does last about an hour and 40, which is not the longest film in the world, but I just found it to be really, really bland. This was released in 2024. It's directed by Chris Sanders, written by Sanders and Peter Brown, and we have a voice cast including Lupita Nyong'o, Pedro Pascal, Kit Connor, Bill Nighy, Matt Berry, Mark Hamill, Catherine O'Hara. I could go on. We have an incredible voice cast, and I have no issues with any of the voice acting. That's certainly not one of the reasons why I didn't care for this. I've also just realised it's the 180th top-rated film on IMDb. I genuinely do not understand. It's about a robot called Roz, and she is stranded on an island where there are only animals, and she helps protect the animals, including this tiny little baby goose, which was absolutely adorable. And initially they're scared of her, and this is nature's response to technology, and then over time we see nature and technology blending, hopefully learning to live in harmony while Roz tries to work out how to get off the island. Obviously she's stranded there, so she might as well try and get along with nature. And in general, I feel like it's trying to do something really important, but it just kind of fizzles out. I didn't think the narrative was interesting at all. It's not engaging. Maybe, as I said, had it been a short film of about 20 minutes, I think it would have been quite fascinating. But for me, I found the story to be very boring. It really did not capture my attention. It was so slow, and I didn't care for anything that was happening at all. Roz is likable though. I did like the character, and the animation for Roz is beautiful. Some of the animals look great. Some of the animals don't look very good. Some of the animation of the fur of some of the animals, it just looks really poorly done. And it's quite bizarre because it feels like there are several different animation styles happening. When you look at it kind of as a whole, that's not the case. But if you focus on a particular character, the animation quality is nowhere near as good as its surroundings, and it's really, really bizarre, and I found that to be quite unexpected. If that was the only issue, if the narrative was amazing, I wouldn't care. I couldn't care less. But because the narrative was boring, I was hoping that we'd at least have some really beautiful animation, and yeah, a lot of it is beautiful, but some of it really, really isn't. Mostly the animals, the fur, the texture just looks really strange, but it's not consistent. It is consistent with certain animals, but there are aspects where it looks brilliant with other animals, other parts of the island, so it's a little bit unusual. The music is very good. The use of sound is brilliant. We have a really lovely variety of animals. There are a lot of different creatures here, different personalities. I think the animals are interesting enough. But for me, as I said, the story doesn't work. I feel like they were trying to make it really impressive and deliver these great messages about technology versus nature, and it just doesn't work. It's not interesting. For a message to be impactful, it has to be told in a way that's engaging and not necessarily entertaining, but it's certainly in a way that makes people listen and pay attention. And I just couldn't wait for this to finish. So I don't think The Wild Robot is a good film. I don't think it's even a watchable film for the entire duration. Most of the animation is appealing. Some of it isn't actually very good. Voice acting's good, music and sound are good, the animal variety is nice, the characters are well enough written, Roz is certainly a likeable protagonist, so there are some good things, but all things considered, I would say at best, The Wild Robot is an average film. I do not understand that high rating, but if you're curious, give it a go, let me know what you think. Personally, I'm not very impressed at all.